finally up. Look how foggy it is, Hensley.
It's raining and foggy.
It is raining and foggy, isn't it? Oh, we are packed up and ready to leave Baker's Hole National Forest Campground just outside of West Yellowstone. Hensley, you slept like 13 hours. How are you still waking up? This is one of those places. We do it. This is one of those places that I want to share it because I know I want to help people and I want to show people where it's at, but I hate it if it's too crowded if we try to come here again because it was amazing. We're less than 15 minutes from the West Yellowstone entrance. Comes with a picnic table, fire pit, and very spacious and surrounded by trees, which is probably my favorite part of it, to be honest. If you get a site like this that doesn't have electric, it's 16 bucks a night. If you get a site with electric, 23 bucks a night. And so you're saving 40, 50 bucks a night over staying in like a private campground, you know, less than 5 minutes away in either direction. Well worth it to me because they're probably not gonna have this much privacy either.
They have these awesome pull-offs. Sometimes you just can't resist. This one is full of lily pads, and that's just a beautiful sight. We had this pull over and check this out. Awesome.
Break time. Got about an hour to go. This is not a great spot to pull off as far as peacefulness and tranquility, but on the other side of the trailer, we have this. Look at that, Hensley.
Can you hold my hand? We'll go down to the water.
And that makes it a pretty good spot for a break. That is beautiful. Look at that, Hensley. What you whipping up, babe?
Chicken salad.
Looks yummy. So one of the questions we get about moving around in RV is how much does stuff move around? Well, it'll vary from RV to RV, but the Airstream does pretty good. We don't have to like walk through tying things down. I know we talked with Streamin Freedom. They use some sort of bungees on all their drawers and stuff because they were coming open while they went down the road.
The first trip we ever took, we put syrup up here. Right here there was butter. When I got there, the syrup pushed the door open, the butter fell out, it opened this drawer, it was all over this. Fortunately, it didn't end up too many other places, but it was just a big mess. I've had that happen several times. So this is a solution. You get like just a bungee, and you can get them custom cut to the length that you need. It's about 7 feet. And then I get these little discreet hooks that most people don't even notice. And you just hook these right in here.
And then we go through all of them. And we've used this once
awesome.
or twice.
And it will.
And we had no
more spills.
So we do this, we bungee these, and then we actually bungee these drawers over here too.
But this Classic does really good. Sometimes our benches, we don't even secure those. But sometimes they'll slide just a little bit. But for the most part, I mean, they do great. And all this does great. About the only thing that sometimes moves is we have these drawers in the back underneath our bed. And sometimes that drawer will pop out just a little bit. But it's done good so far on this one. Forces you to keep things picked up more, I guess, too, right?
Yeah.
If you don't like picking things up. So we have to have everything in its place, and it just, depends on how long you stay somewhere. The longer we stay somewhere, the more stuff's scattered around, and it takes us longer to get ready to get out of there. So we're passing Coulter Bay Campground, which is the first come, first serve, and it's a good option, I think, if you're coming to Grand Teton and you know, you want a first come, first serve. But we've got a boondocking spot picked out called Upper Teton View. The problem is it's rained the last couple of days, and so we don't know how the roads are going to be. We don't know how crowded it's going to be. So we're kind of taking a chance going for it instead of maybe swinging into Coulter Bay, which might have been full anyways. But we're going to check out this. I've heard it's got good views. Then we'll just go from there. There's quite a few people up here, but this is an amazing view. I do not blame them. So we're kind of seeing what's left. This is nice over here. So you've got, you know, areas like this just dispersed. There's fire pits set up at a lot of places, so you just kind of pull in where those are at. This looks better than that other stuff. Well, we don't have as good of a view here though, babe. Yeah, so we're kind of balancing privacy with view. So this would be our view here. The best views are those Class A's.
Yeah.
But we don't have a Class A. So it wouldn't do us a lot of good to face that anyways, unless I could, there's nothing I could do. I could pull the van through and get the front. It's a pretty good view everywhere.
Yeah.
So we have picked a spot. This is the view from our front door. And this is the view outside. So we don't get the views out our windows, but we do get to walk out of our porch and we can sit under the awning or sit around the campfire and we can see Tetons with that. So that was, we felt like that was more important than being able to see it out of our windows for this spot. So our boondocking checklist, if we're setting up while we're boondocking. This isn't an official setup video. I've already done a setup video for full hookups. This is just a sort of like quick and easy, this is what we do. Typically, depends totally on the boondocking spot. So first thing, we got our stabilizer hitch off. I'm chaining that up. I've leveled out the RV front to back. I've also leveled out the RV on the side. As soon as I get everything kind of leveled out, I like to pull the van up just a little bit so that I can open the doors and have access. So the water hose and our electric are in the way. So sometimes I will set those out with the RV, which is a risk. It depends on where we're at and how I feel. I'm still gonna feel out this area. If we meet several of the neighbors and I feel pretty safe and they seem like they stay around here, I may leave those sitting out. But I wouldn't dare leave anything sitting out that's not chained. That's worth more than that. Oh, you got a big rock. Where'd you get that? It's got a name? What's its name?
Rock.
Its name's Rock? I love your rock. Marissa usually does a good cleaning on the inside when we show up.
When we show up somewhere.
Well, more than that, but at least when we show up.
I got in the habit of that when the Class A, when it used to, the slides would come in and then we would push them back out. For some reason it would get everything dirty again. So it's just a habit now, just to get somewhere and it's like you're building your nest. I don't know, I just like to get somewhere and everything be fresh and ready to go.
These are Hensley's outside toys that we let be hit by the elements a little bit. And we've also got a tunnel and the princess house. I didn't think this through too well, but I gotta put our mat out too. So this, all right. Unfortunately, I've got all this now. Oh well. That's pretty much it. Everything's out, set up, ready to go. It's not so much that takes a super long time. It's just that, I mean, we move every 4 or 5 days, sometimes less. And so if you got to think, if you're doing this over and over and over and over, it does add up. Plus we had, I don't know, 3-4 hours on the road today, something like that. It's worth it. It's all worth it because you get this. So I just swapped this battery out. We'll actually use the van as like a charging station sometimes, depending on how much solar we're getting. You know, just smaller devices. We don't want to run our battery down, but if we need to charge our phones or battery, especially camera gear, it seems like we charge a lot of that in the van when we're boondocking like this. But we're gonna get some pretty good solar here. This, no trees, we're high elevation. It's partly cloudy today, but I'm betting it's still pouring in. Actually, I would call this more than partly cloudy. Let's see. We're only getting 10, but we're also almost topped off. So your battery's charged in different stages, so it's to the point where it's not bringing in, because I'm betting we would get more than 10 amps right now. So it's slowed down right now because it's already getting close to being topped off. So it's hailing. The Tetons have welcomed us with open arms. Look at all that hail. Look at that. Wow. Oh my goodness. Is that making you sick, babe?
Well, all you can do is like hold your breath. I mean, that's one of the disadvantages, I guess. It's just like, please don't be denting this thing to death.
Yeah, that's what we're nervous. Oh gosh, it's right in my face. Yeah, so that's what we're nervous about. Obviously, this thing is made out of aluminum. Hard pieces of hail and aluminum are not good combinations. There's 3 Airstreams up here, so it could do a lot of damage. There's 2 more behind us. We actually met somebody with a classic 31 just like ours, but there's not a lot of these classic 31s around. I'm really hoping this is gonna stop soon. Look at all that hail. Do you see the hail?
Falling down.
It is, isn't it? You gonna pick it up? It's like, whew, it's like little pieces of ice. I do love this mountain weather though. I mean, I don't want it to total our Airstream, but look at that. Look at the clouds moving over there, mountains over there. So yeah, this is like a little community here. I mean, there's like 15, 20 other people here. And you can tell some of them have been here for a while. They know each other, they're hanging out. Still not quite as close to quarters as like an RV, private RV park, but it's pretty close. We had we got a tent right here that's like right on us. And then all these Class A's right here too. So if you want like a private boondocking experience, I don't know that this is the place for it, but it's still just the views and...
Well, I think the secret's out. There's a lot of people looking for this view on just BLM land. Yeah, pros and cons of this and boondocking in general, and like where we're at. I mean, so it's, you know, it's a little bit of a risk. You come up here, not that you're going to necessarily run out of places to stay, but you do have some spots that are better than others with certain views. Good time. And you don't know what's going to show up too. You know, you might show up and it's solitude and you're like, oh, this is so nice, and then say a weekend hits or a holiday hits or an event, and it's like, then you don't know how crowded it's going to be. Oh, it's better. That was so bright. So we're not at all complaining or saying that boondocking is a bad thing, but know that you're taking some risk and there's some things that go on. But you can always move, and you don't. Yeah, that's good news. I mean, you don't lose anything for it. Like, we don't have anything invested in it. No, so really. If something doesn't work out, you go and you find something else. So we saw a couple people here that we were going to talk to and hang out with, and we're going to walk around a bit. I think we'll call it a night. All right, we'll catch you guys later.